Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new soundcore Liberty 4 true wireless earbuds. They have active noise canceling, spatial audio, they have multi-point connectivity, they support also LDAC, AAC, high-res audio, and they also have heart rate monitoring. Yeah, AirPods 2 versus these? Well, let's go ahead and check them out. Now, the soundcore Liberty 4 are packed with features, and they're highly competitive. We're talking about 9 hours of battery life with active noise canceling off. And if you turn on active noise canceling, you're looking at around 7 hours of battery life, which is still really good. With the case, well, if you have active noise canceling off, you can get 28 hours, and if you have it on, 24 hours. It's just a 4-hour difference. 15 minutes quick charging is going to give you 3 hours of usage. Has wireless charging, dynamic head tracking, right, because it has that kind of like spatial audio thing going on. Hear ID, which means it tailors the hearing or the audio to your hearing. Bluetooth 5.3, multi-point connectivity, 6 mics, AAC, LDAC, and also high-res audio. And it also does heart rate tracking too. So these things are packed with features. So let's go ahead and take a closer look, because next we're going to do a call quality and audio test to see how well they do. Now inside the box, you're going to have your true wireless earbuds. Earbuds come separate, and then you have the case. We'll put this over aside. You do get a number of tips, and these tips feel uber comfortable. Ooh, they're bouncy too. This one right here, what you'll notice is they're super soft, and I'm just saying that they're really, really comfortable. The material that they have right here is a really nice silicone that's going to fit nicely in your ear, and you're not going to suffer from any fatigue. And you have a number of these that you can go with, right? So you can pull this out and you can see what has included, and pretty much that's all there is to it. Now, as we take a closer look at the case, a couple things that we'll highlight. The case is wireless charging capable, so we're going to turn on this wireless charger. I'm going to put it right here so we can see how it lights up, and you can see how it's lighting up, indicating that it's wireless charging. In addition to supporting wireless charging, you do have, again, a really compact case, very similar to the size of what you would find in the Galaxy Buds Pro or Buds 2 lineup, right? When you open it up, what I love is how they light up. So these are going to be easy to just pick up and take out if you're doing this at night or in a gym, or you're trying to grab these out of your bag. They light up pretty cool. I love that look. Unfortunately, the tips don't glow, right? It's actually something in the case right here. There's an LED light that does that. They're magnetically guided, so when you put these guys in, they snap into place. They're not going to come out. They won't come out. Love it, kind of like that feel, and it has kind of like this satin feel to it. It does have a USB-C charging cable as well, if you're not going to use the wireless. And there are no physical buttons on these, right? If I put these in my ear so you can see what these look like, you know, they're definitely the type that go in your ear canal. And we'll turn to the right. We'll turn to the left so you can see what they look like. And they fit really, really well. Very low profile. So you see, as I'm looking at you straight ahead, there's really nothing to these on the left and on the right. You can see that? So I'll turn this a little bit over. So if you have bigger cheeks or smaller ones, maybe they'll pop out a little bit. But I really, really like the feel. Now, they do have great passive noise canceling. As soon as you put these in, the passive noise canceling means that just the seal is very good. Remember, these do have Hear ID. So you're going to be able to test your hearing to get the best audio quality. Now, the Liberty 4s also have both transparency mode, active noise canceling, and they have normal mode. The app is pretty functional too. This is an app that has a lot of maturity to it. So literally, as soon as you go into your normal mode, passive noise canceling kicks in. I'm telling you, it's like you can hear yourself speak. That's the kind of noise canceling that you get, or passive noise canceling. When you turn on the active noise canceling, it's where it's actually sampling what's going on around you. These are really, really good. I'm telling you, they really give the AirPods Pro 2 a run for the money, especially because of the price point. And then also when you think about the overall audio quality, the features that this thing has. So basically, noise canceling is also really, really good. Now, transparency mode works well. It's not going to be super hearing, but what you can do is you have full transparency, and then you have a function that's called vocal transparency, right? So you can go with the full transparency mode, and I would say that the full transparency mode feels a little digital. And then when you switch to the vocal mode, it kind of brings it down a little bit, and it feels more natural-like. So you have 2 transparency modes that you can work with. All right, so now how do these sound? Well, we're going to go into an EBPMAN style audio test in a couple seconds. And the one thing I'll highlight is You do have a bass mode on these, and then you have the spatial mode. And what spatial will do is it basically is going to take into account where your head is positioned as it relates to the music. So imagine if there's a band playing in front of you, and basically you turned your head to the right. It's normal that for the side that's away, so this is the side that's away, for not to have the audio, right? So this is the side that's going to get all the music. If you turn this way, the same thing will happen. Well, that's what the spatial audio does. As you turn your head, it knows how you're turning, and the audio is going to adjust. This is great for gaming because it gives you a lot of situational awareness. It does have a movie mode, and then the audio, it just makes it feel very real and even more immersive. So from an audio perspective, outside of this spatial type of capabilities, bass, mids, highs are there, good music separation. These sound great. We've reviewed these products before. Good audio quality, and you also have the EQ that you can heighten more bass if you want it more punchy, bring it down. But what I like about these, as well as this lineup, is that typically what you find is that there's no overpowering. So you don't have your lows overpowering your highs or your mids. It's very well balanced. You can enjoy, you can have the immersive experience, but these are just packed with features.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your color.
Now next we're going to do a call quality test of, again, the Liberty 4s in a quiet environment. If we take a look at our decibel readings, anywhere between 27 and 28 decibels of noise. Going to switch. Now this is what the soundcore Liberty 4 would sound like in a quiet environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is your test. Next, we're going to add some wind to the environment. Now this is what the soundcore Liberty 4 sound like with wind in the environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is your test. Now we're in a much noisier environment with the soundcore Liberty 4s, and you can see here that the noise is around 44 to 78 decibels of noise. What we're going to do is we're going to switch to the Liberty 4s, we're going to stay quiet and see how much this cancels. We're going to switch. Now this is what the Liberty 4s would sound like in a noisy environment. This is a test. 1, 2, 3. This is our test. Now if you're wondering what they sound like with an infant crying in the background, this is what they sound like with an infant crying in the background. If you're wondering what they sound like with a dog barking in the background, this is what they're going to sound like with a dog barking in the background. Now if the doorbell was ringing in the background, well, this is what they're going to sound like with the doorbell ringing. Now the next thing we're going to do is take a look at the app so you can see all the features that you have here. So you do have noise canceling, you have normal mode, and then you have transparency mode. One of the things that you don't have with these is a prompt that tells you which mode you're on. So you have to kind of cycle through them, either through the touch function or through the app itself. I wish it basically would say transparency mode, normal, or that. It doesn't do that. I've seen other within the line do that. Here you basically can have the mode that you have for transparency, and on the active noise canceling you can enable Hear ID based on your profile. Or you could actually change that as well. So you have different choices that you can go in here. So like, for example, I can go ahead and go through that function to get that calibrated. In the transparency mode, I could also then do full transparency or vocal mode. The full transparency feels a little bit robotic to me, so I kind of like the vocal mode. Under sound effects, you could go with spatial, which is going to be based on the head tracking, right? And if you want to see what that looks like, you can see there's a difference. Fixed, basically, you know, it's going to be one direction, but if you have the actual spatial, it's going to switch, and you notice that you have a music mode, and then you have a movie mode. You then also have your default equalizer you can go to. You could have bass settings if you want. And then what you can do is look at the wellness app. Not too crazy about the wellness app. I don't really use them to track my heart rate, but you can. I'll show you how that looks like in a second. Here are some of the functions that you can enable, right, and that you can configure. You can say what a single press does, what a double press does, etc. So that's an option there. And then if you go into the wellness area, you can log in and then basically set up, again, your heart rate and just track that kind of stuff. So guys, that wraps up our review of the Liberty 4. See you in the next video.